Hello, welcome to SmartBird 101. I'm your host, Robert Rocha. I'm an instructional technology specialist with the El Paso Independent School District. In our recent video segments, we've been talking about the Smart Response System. In particular, in our last response system or video, we kind of showed you how to actually set up the Smart Response System, and we mentioned to you that it integrates or works with Smart Notebook. So today, we're going to show you all the different features that were added to Smart Notebook. And then we're going to show you how to author an examination within the Smart Response System. Now, there are different ways of doing that, or different ways of doing that. And so now we're going to show you one particular way. But let's look at the Smart Notebook and see exactly what are the different features that are there within it. So I'm going to go to my Smartboard over here. And I already have my Smart Notebook file already opened up. Now that we've opened up Smart Notebook, it added two new icons, or actually tools, in our toolbar. And so the tools that you see here are going to be a little drop-down arrow with like a little square that has like a little response on it, and then another one's kind of not highlighted right now. And again, it's also a picture of a little question, but it has a triangle facing towards the right. And those are in between the insert chart and the actual cursor keys that I have here. And those are going to be like the wizard icons. Let me see if I can kind of blow them up a little bit so you can see them better. Here I go. And there you go. You can see a little bit better here. And again, it's a little green arrow and little charts that are right there. So that's where it is in the actual menu, or the toolbar. And when I escape that, if I go back to my tabs over here, on my tab I've added another tab that was placed there. And of course, it has a picture of the Smart Response icon, which is the brown background and the clicker there. And when I actually click on that particular piece, it opens up the Smart Response here. And of course, I've got create an assessment wizard. I can import questions from a file. Let's say I had a Word file. I can import questions from that. Or I can simply ask the question now if I want to actually poll my students, if I want to go ahead and do that. And of course, there's other menu bars that are here. Now, as you're using Smart Response and you're actually different examinations, what you see on this tab will definitely change. And so right now we're in the creation mode of creating something. But before we do that, I also want to show you the third place that is Smart Response. And it's also up here. Notice now they've added another menu here called the Response. Let me go ahead and click on that. And I blow that up here a little bit. And when I do, notice now there's another one that says Response. And when I click on that drop-down menu, I get a lot of items here that populate. And let me go and blow that up again for you so you can see what that looks like. And here I can go insert a question, insert a title page, create an answer key, open teacher file, start or stop a class. I can print out my test. If I want to have a hard copy of my test, I can go and do that. And I can also import questions again from a Word file, or even, and if you have a Mac computer, you can actually import them from a PDF file. Unfortunately, we can only do it on a PC from a Word file. And again, on our video segments, we're going to show you how to import all the different features that are there. And so now, once I know where all my menu screens are at, or how to access Smart Response, my next thing is, okay, how do I go ahead and create an actual examination? Let me go and click out of this real quickly. There I go. And I think the easiest way and the best way to do this is if you have a hard copy of a test already. So let's say you already had a hard copy of a test that you've written down, and you wanted to put this within Smart Notebook. The best way to do this is to actually take the answer key and do an answer key system within the actual Smart Response. That way your students have a hard copy. They can go and simply write the answers down, and once they're finished, they could go ahead and click in the responses using the responders that are there. So let me go and show you how to do that, again, when I already have an answer key already created. And so the first thing I want to go ahead and do, I'm going to go back to my computer screen over here real quickly, and I'm going to click, the easiest and the best way I feel is to go ahead and click on the response menu file. So that way I can have everything that I want in one particular place. So I'm going to click on Response. I'm going to go to Create an Answer Key. Let me blow that up for you so you can see that a little bit better, because I know sometimes on the computer we really can't see that very well. And so when I clicked on the response, I want to go and choose Create an Answer Key, which I have highlighted for us right now. And we go ahead and escape this here. And go back and click on Create an Answer Key. And when I do, this menu file opens up. And there we go. And the first thing I want to go ahead and do is I want to add a title. And of course, once I add the title, I have options here of multiple choice, true, false, yes, no, multiple answer. And I can even do a short text answer if I wanted to. And how many choices that I want, if I want to do up to 4 or up to 10 choices, if I wanted to go and do that. And I can select a correct answer there. I can also give it a point. And I can also tag it if I wanted to give this a specific, either a tech or some type of a standard. I can put that standard here, so that way when I want to do a search for standards, so when I do a report, I can look those up and see how well students did on a particular standard. So let me go ahead and fill out our very first piece here. So I'm going to call this 8th grade. I'm going to call it social studies. Okay. And so right now I'm automatically on question number 1. And so when I look at my answer key, I know that question number 1, the answer is going to be B. So it's a multiple choice. So I have multiple choices highlighted here. And again, I'm going to have 4 choices, and I'm going to choose, my correct answer is B. Now, once I did that, it automatically calculated or moved to my second question. And so now I'm going to put my second question I know is going to be answer A. I type in answer A. And my third question I know is going to be answer B. And I type in answer B. Now, once I've completed adding all of my different answers that are there, I'm going to go ahead and click on Create. So I'm going to click on Create, and that's going to be on the bottom right-hand side of my screen. I click on Create, and there it goes. And notice now what it did, it put each page of my questions on my menu screen. Let me go back to my computer or my smartboard here a little bit, or back here you can see, is it created a title page. So if I click on my title page, it says the 8th grade social studies, or actually kind of messed it up there a little bit, but that's okay. I can go back and re-edit that if I needed to, since I didn't get it exactly correct. And if I wanted to, I could type in my grade, my subject, and the date that I want to give that examination. Again, that's good record keeping for your classroom. And also, what's really great about the Smart Response System is if you create a test for your grade level or your department, you can easily share those gradebook files or Smart Responder files with your other teachers very easily by simply putting it to a flash drive and or emailing it to your colleagues that are there. Now, the next thing it did is it created, for each question, it created an independent page. Now, the beauty of this is, even though the pages are blank, you don't really have to go back and type in all the answers because you already have the hard copy piece. So you've already done completing your examination. So your next step was going to be just to go ahead and save this examination because you did all this hard work. And once you save it, then you can go and present it to your classroom, which the presenting of our examinations will be on another video segment for us. But let me go and click on File up here, go back to my computer, and let's go and save this particular file that I have. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Save As, and I'm going to call this 8th grade. I'll just call it SS for short. And I'm going to save that on my desktop. And I can save it anywhere I want to if I want to save it in my documents or a flash drive. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to go and click on Save. And to verify that it's saved to my desktop, I'm going to minimize my screen. And look, there I go. On my desktop now, it says 8th grade. I'm going to click on that here. Let me blow that up. It says 8th grade SS. So notice now it's a blue file. So it's like any other file that you can go ahead and, again, email or give to another colleague. A lot of times with the other response systems that are on the market, they're in what's called a database. And you have to export the database and import the database. And a lot of times it can be very hectic for teachers when they are pressed for time or have a little bit of not as much knowledge technology-wise. But here, this is very simple and easy. Once you create it, you can simply go and take it to your colleagues and and share it if you wanted to go ahead and do that. Now, again, once you create that and you want to go ahead and start to use that file, you just simply click on it, open it up, and it's ready to be used in your classroom. So this pretty much wraps it up for our video segment on how to author a quick examination within the Smart Responding System. And our next video segments will talk about how to actually author in different ways and how to go ahead and give the actual examination to your students. All right, thank you. Have a good day.